I used to have a bunch of guns, and I always felt like, I don't need all this, and I don't need a bunch of guns in my house, you know what I mean? I just keep one in the closet just in case something happens, and that's not the case, you know. I was living too relaxed. They think that they were just looking for a guy that lives down the road that sells heroin, and just happened to be at the wrong place at the wrong time.
The best possible scenario for a home invasion is when you have a plan of action, a reliable firearm, and early detection of an intruder. And Sean and Becca didn't have any of those things.
I'm a family guy, you know what I mean? I don't have my own children, but all my friends do. Sitting home with my girlfriend, I worked 7 days that past week or whatever. We always watch The Office, hang out, and pet my dog, and just normal stuff with the dogs or whatever. About 10:30 or whatever, I'm sitting there and she's petting the dog, and I hear a loud bang. You know what I mean? I didn't even know that somebody kicked my door in because it's unlocked.
Here in America, we have been blessed with the tools and the law to make sure that criminals don't have the upper hand, but so few people are actually using it.
So my pit bull, he just ran out, and he always runs out the doggy door. As soon as he hit the doggy door, they just started blasting him. You know what I mean? Everybody knows he's a good dog, but you know, they shot my dog in the head, shot him in the neck and in the back. And he's never even like growled at nobody, he licks people to death. And people were meeting me at my bedroom door, and as soon as they met me at the door, a guy had stuck a pistol through the door and fired off a round that went right by my stomach. And I knew this was like, I couldn't figure out for the life of me. I was yelling the whole time. I said, what the hell is this about? I don't know how my girl stayed and didn't even scream. You know, she just said, what do you want me to do? And you know, I mean, like, I just feel like I owe her my life. So she said, what do you want me to do? I said, throw me my shotgun or we're gonna die.
The only shotgun that Sean had was a break barrel shotgun, which requires you to actually unhinge the shotgun, and it only has room for 2 shells. Sean told me off camera that the only shell that he had was across the room in a drawer, and so he had to barricade the door, run and get the shell, and then come back and hold the door as he's loading this break barrel shotgun.
She threw me my shotgun. I loaded 1 bullet in there that happened to be a 3.5-inch slug, and when I stepped back, they were still kicking really hard, so I kept seeing his foot go through the door. And I'm like, man, as soon as he kicks this again, I said, I'm gonna shoot right through the middle of my door. And you know, as soon as I did that, I shot within like 10 seconds, the scuffling and everything was over. And I ran out and I yelled, I said, Mike, are you okay? And he said, I'm fine. He's like, what the hell is that? What the hell, man? And then that's when I looked down and see my pit bull that was shot 3 times. The only reason that we're alive is because of my dog getting shot. That gave me enough time to get to the door to barricade it. You know, they shot my dog in the head.
The biggest impact to any time anybody needs to use a gun is the emotional impact.
Like now I gotta see that guy's face every time I go to sleep, and it's just been really hard. And I've had to look over my shoulder everywhere I go, and it's just terrible. I'm waiting for it to just calm down and stuff, so.
Florida law is clear. Under the castle law, if somebody comes in your door or the window of your home, deadly force is authorized 100% of the time, but that doesn't mean that law enforcement is going to treat it that way.
When the cops come in, they laid me in the driveway for, you know, 6-7 hours where they searched my house. They didn't even look for the people that did it. They searched my house because they thought that I had drugs because I had a nice car. I don't even really blame them, you know what I mean? They have a lot to deal with in Marion County, you know, like just every day there's been like a murder or something, you know what I mean? A break-in, they had a hostage situation, and it's just, they have a hard job.
2 years ago, I started giving free concealed carry classes to convince as many people as possible to get armed, get trained, and carry daily. And I'm so glad that Sean and Becca are taking me up on this free training.
If you're not a gun person, maybe you should think about starting to be one, because I'm a firm believer in it. You know, if I didn't have that, I wouldn't be here right now. I am getting my concealed weapons permit, and like I hope that nobody ever has to use their concealed permit, you know what I mean, to help somebody like that. But I feel like everybody, you know, in the whole United States should have that. Like, I don't feel like there should be anybody without it. And your class that I came to, and it was so informational, and it just doesn't matter this day and age. The drugs are just overtaking everything, and people don't think right when they're on drugs. Just a terrible story, but hopefully it wakes some people up. Get armed, get trained, carry daily. Come see Andy.
I want you to do what it takes to share this video all across social media so we can take Sean's experiences and help other people do what it takes to prepare themselves. This is Andy with Florida Gun Supply, and my message is to get armed, get trained, carry daily, and long live the Republic.